You've probably heard it a dozen times. If you want to sell your book, you've got to promote it on Amazon. But really, when someone says that, what does that actually mean? Should you run ads? Do you publish and join KDP Select through Amazon? Rework your book description? In today's episode of Your Path to Publish, I'm going to cut through the noise and share the 5 strategies that I believe actually will move the needle when it comes to boosting your Amazon book sales. So if you've been overwhelmed or spinning your wheels with book promotion, this is the episode for you. This is Your Path to Publish. I'm your host, Zach Christensen. For the past decade, our team has guided authors just like you to find the best path to publish your book, get people excited to buy it even before it launches, and to turn it into the ultimate business card to build your business and your legacy. If you are ready to get your book out of your head and into people's hands, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Think about how you go about making any purchasing decision, whether it's at the store for groceries, buying new clothes, or up to bigger items such as buying a car. Think about what comes to mind. What are the things that you value the most as the consumer? And how do you make your buying decisions? Since the beginning of the year, my daughter has gone through almost 3 pairs of shoes. She's a very active toddler. The shoes we have been buying just haven't cut it. The first pair was really meant to be a basketball shoe. And while the soles looked good, the top of the shoe quickly got holes in it because it wasn't made for the rough play. So I started looking for other shoes that were made for rough play. So I jumped onto Amazon to look for shoes, and I Googled what are great shoes for toddlers. All these different kinds came up, recommendations. It started to feel overwhelming. So I started to get into the details. What were the shoes made of? What are they being advertised for? What are the reviews saying? And based on that, I started to make different decisions. I bought some shoes that I thought were a good choice, but they had the same issue as the basketball shoes. They got holes in the top. So I identified where they were weak, and I started to look for a shoe that was better. Eventually, I found a shoe that didn't stand out on Amazon as being the one the most advertised, but it did have promising ratings. And they advertised exactly what I was looking for, where the top of the shoe was resilient to kids climbing on toys, being outside, and having a very active lifestyle. To date, those shoes have done well. They are starting to show some wear and tear, but they have now lasted at least 3 months. And that is the type of shoe that I will continue to look for based on the activities that my daughter is participating in. So as you're thinking about your book on Amazon, you have to realize that Amazon is more than just a bookstore. It's a search engine. And your book listing, of course, that's your storefront. But if you can't optimize your message of your book into words and descriptions and titles that your target audience is searching for, it's going to be more difficult to stand out. So let's start with your title and subtitle as far as optimization goes. So are you using words your ideal reader would actually type into the Amazon search bar? If not, you could be missing on opportunities. Think about genre-specific terms, outcomes, and benefits. And as I've talked about before, you got to think about your title and subtitle as the hook and the promise of your book because you want people to click on it. The next will be your book description. This is your elevator pitch. Use as many words as you need to, but we recommend at least 100 words and including keywords naturally into the description. And you're continuing to write hooks and benefits that the reader can look at quickly. So that's where formatting comes in. Don't make it one long paragraph. Make sure you format it, include bullet points, and bold it, and use italics as needed to make the flow easy and readable. Most people are just going to scan it. So think about what do you want people to pay attention to the most. And just as important as the front end keywords are the back end keywords. These are the fields in your KDP dashboard or whatever platform you're distributing through or that your publisher is distributing through. This will help your book show up in even more searches. And those keywords will help influence the search even if they aren't in your title. So to this point, if your readers can't find your book, they can't buy it. Visibility starts with smart, strategic listing choices. Next up is about KDP Select. So if you choose to go through Amazon, this will be available. If not, you'll have to find a different approach. It's Amazon's exclusive program where you commit your ebook only, to Amazon for 90 days. And in return, you get some powerful promotion tools. The two big ones are really Kindle Countdown deals, where you can do temporary discounts that are timed based that can boost sales and create urgency to buy your book. And then the free book promotions. Now, you may think, well, this sounds counterintuitive. I don't want to offer my book for free. But think about this as building momentum. And this especially works well for new authors. And when you couple that with using promotion sites like BookBub, you'll be able to get more eyeballs on your book, more purchases, even if they're free. And those purchases may transfer over to audio or physical book purchases, as well as continued ebook purchases even after the promotion ends. So really around this, the trick is timing. Don't just drop a promo and hope for the best. Make sure you stack it with other efforts. So letting your email list know about it, posting it on social. One of the main goals behind this strategy is to get reviews on your book, because reviews will drive momentum. And that brings us into our third strategy, all about reviews. Nothing helps or hurts you more, quite like reviews do on Amazon. I've been running some test books that we've been creating to see how reviews really truly impact books. And we've been running Amazon ads and we don't have any sales. We've optimized everything else, but there are no sales yet. And we think the main reason is because we don't have reviews. It's showing up, people are clicking on it, but it's not converting. So the next step for us is to pause this book that we're testing, get reviews, and then turn the Amazon ads back on. So how do you get reviews? Well, you first start by asking those who you know have read your book. If you have a newsletter, ask people to give a review. If you have social, post a reminder on your accounts to go and give a review of your book. My experience with reviews is it takes just a lot of reminders to get people to jump into it. The fourth strategy is using Amazon ads. Amazon ads can sound intimidating, and it is, but you don't need a huge budget to get started with it. However, I will say that you do need to make sure you have the basics down. A good cover, a good title, a good description, reviews started on the book, and it needs to be sure that it's a book that your audience will instantly want to buy organically. If not, Amazon ads won't necessarily do anything. So start with sponsored product ads, targeting just a few keyword phrases that your readers might search. We like to start with 15 to 20. And these ads will show up in search results and other book pages, and you only pay when someone clicks it. Start with a small campaign. Start with $5 a day. When you bid for keywords, bid below the suggested amount, not too far below, but below enough that you can get data coming in on if people are actually clicking on it. If you're getting impressions, that's great. That means there's a potential that Amazon sees that your book is relevant for those keywords. If people aren't clicking on it, that means it's either not compelling enough for them to click on because of the title or the cover. If then people start clicking on it, but not buying yet, then that means that you may need to change out the description or even consider trying a different cover. This is all data that means something underneath. So it's about trying and testing out your message to boost your visibility. And finally, and maybe this is the most overlooked, but definitely one of the most important strategies, is engaging your reader community to start jumping into Amazon. The authors who see long-term success, they don't ghost their audience after launch day. They keep posting, they keep connecting, and they keep showing up. And one thing that's great with Amazon and your Author Central account, you can go in and respond to reviews that you have been given. You can thank somebody, or if someone gave an unfavorable review, you can ask why. You can learn more. Go with a growth mindset to learn what feedback they have and go deep within it and see if there's any shifts that you need to make. Building a community isn't just about selling more book. It's about sustaining that momentum. Here are the 5 strategies that will actually help you move the needle on Amazon book sales. First, optimize your listing for Amazon's search engine. Second, use KDP Select's promos to spark that visibility. 3, ask for honest reviews to build social proof. Number 4, test Amazon ads with purpose. Don't panic if things aren't working right away. And then number 5, engage with your reader community beyond launch. There's a lot you could do to promote your book, but if you focus on just these 5, you'll already be way ahead of the game. Now here's your challenge. Pick one strategy to take action on this week. That's it. One step forward is all it takes to start building that momentum. Dive into that, learn from it, and refine it. And if you're looking for a place to ask questions, share your progress, and get support from other authors who are building their platforms just like you, come join us inside the Juxtabook Author Edge community. You'll find expert guidance there, live trainings, and a community that gets it. So check out the show notes for the link. We'd love to have you there. And until next time, keep writing, keep building, and keep showing up.